Good morning, folks. It looks like a sunny day ahead, with a high chance of rain later in the afternoon.
Have you ever been stuck, not knowing what to say to someone? Well, today, we're going to master the single most common conversation starter in English, and that's talking about the weather. Believe it or not, getting this right is your secret key to connecting with people pretty much anywhere. So let's get into it.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You're in an elevator, or maybe waiting in line for a coffee, standing next to a total stranger. In the silence, it just gets a little weird, a little awkward. You feel like you should say something, anything, but what on earth do you talk about?
Well, the good news is there is one perfect topic that works with anyone, anywhere, at any time. And I bet you've guessed it, it's the weather. It really is the ultimate icebreaker, and today we're going to break down exactly how you can master it.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll get into why the weather is such a go-to for small talk. Then, we'll build up your toolkit with some basic words. After that, we'll learn how to actually ask and answer questions, and even level up so you sound more natural. We'll see it all in action, and then, it's going to be your turn to practice.
So, really, what is it about the weather? What makes it so perfect? It's actually super simple. It's a shared experience. Think about it. No matter who you are or where you're from, the person standing right next to you is feeling that same sun or getting caught in that same rain. It's neutral, it's safe, and pretty much everyone has an opinion on it.
And this is what we call breaking the ice. You've probably heard that phrase before. It just means starting a conversation with someone you don't know in a friendly, easy way. And honestly, when it comes to breaking the ice, talking about the weather is your #1 can't-fail tool.
Okay, time to build your toolkit. Let's get into the essential words you absolutely need to know to describe whatever the weather's doing on any given day.
So let's just run through the basics real quick. We've got sunny, pretty obvious, right? The sun is out. Then there's cloudy, when the sky's all covered up. Rainy and snowy, you got those. And windy, when you can really feel that breeze blowing. But here's a good one. What if it's raining, like really hard? A fantastic word for that is pouring.
Okay, so that's what the sky looks like, but that's only half the story, isn't it? How does it actually feel when you step outside? This is where temperature comes in, and it's just as important.
Now this is a really, really important one, so pay close attention. The difference between warm and hot. Warm, that feels good. It's pleasant, it's comfortable, it's a nice day, but when we say it's hot, that usually means it's a bit too much. It's uncomfortable, you're probably sweating. It's a small difference in words, but a big difference in feeling.
So let's look at the whole scale here, from one end to the other. At the very bottom, you've got freezing. I mean, seriously cold. Then there's just cold. Grab a jacket cold. Now, cool is an interesting one. It's a little chilly, but usually in a nice, refreshing way. Then we get to warm, which is comfortable, and all the way at the top is hot, which, like we said, is probably a bit too much. Okay, so we've got the words. Now for the fun part, putting them into action. How do you actually use these to ask a question and get a conversation going? It is way easier than you think.
Your two best friends for starting are right here. How's the weather? Or what's the weather like? They mean the exact same thing, so just pick one. And to answer, you just say what you see. It's sunny today. Simple. But here's a little secret. Try to add a little something extra. For example, it's cloudy and I think it might rain. See? That little extra piece is what turns a quick answer into a real conversation.
All right, ready to level up? If you want to sound less like you're reading from a textbook and more like a local, you can start using expressions or idioms. These are phrases that don't always mean what the words say, but they'll make you sound so much more natural. Okay, let's start with an absolute classic. Imagine someone says this to you. It's probably one of the most famous idioms in all of English, but it sounds completely crazy, right? What could that possibly mean?
Don't worry, there are no animals falling from the sky. Raining cats and dogs is just a fun, colorful way to say it's raining extremely hard. It actually means the exact same thing as it's pouring, which we learned just a minute ago.
Here's another one you'll hear all the time, and this one's a bit more philosophical. It uses a weather idea to talk about life. Every cloud has a silver lining. It's such a beautiful and hopeful phrase.
So what's it all about? It's pure optimism. The cloud is the bad situation, right? But the silver lining, that's the little bit of good or hope you can find, even when things are tough. It's just a wonderful way to encourage someone to look on the bright side.
All right, we have the words, we have the cool expressions. Now let's see how this all fits together in a real, natural-sounding conversation.
So just picture this.
Two people are waiting for a bus. The first person just starts with a simple observation about what's happening right now. A perfect icebreaker. Wow, this rain is crazy today. It's so simple, direct, and something they both are experiencing.
Now listen carefully to this response. The second person doesn't just say, yep. First they agree, I know, and then they add to it. They share their own little experience about getting soaked in their useless umbrella. This right here, this is the secret to great small talk.
And this is the golden rule. Seriously, if you want to keep any conversation going, just remember this. Agree and add. First, you agree with them. Then you add your own little piece of information or a question. That simple technique is how you turn a one-word answer into an actual connection with someone.
So we've covered a ton of stuff, but just watching me talk about it is only step one. Now we get to the most important part of this whole thing. It's your turn to actually get out there and practice.
And I really want you to remember this. The only way you're going to get comfortable is by actually trying it. Are you going to be perfect the first time? Nope. And that is completely 100% okay. Making mistakes isn't a bad thing. It just means you're learning. So please, don't be afraid to just give it a shot.
In fact, let's start right now. Just look out your window. What's the weather like for you today? Try to use some of the words we've learned. Is it warm? Is it cool? Is it raining cats and dogs? The next time you find yourself in one of those awkward silences, just try it. Start a conversation with one simple sentence about the weather. You really never know where that little bit of small talk might lead.